Hello, friends. Today we are going to talk about what we would see if we dried up the oceans. The oceans cover 71% of the Earth's surface, and they are home to most of the life on the planet. We would not survive without them. But what would happen if we dried up the oceans? Before watching, please subscribe to the channel and like this video. This is very important for us. Thank you. Shipwrecks. There are many ships that have sunk in the oceans that we could see if we dried them. These ships can be a valuable source of information about the history of navigation. For example, in 1985, the wreck of the Titanic was discovered. This ship sank in 1912 during its maiden voyage and took the lives of more than 1,500 people. Drying the oceans would allow us to better study the Titanic and learn more about what happened that night. Flooded cities. In some parts of the world, there are submerged cities underwater. These cities can give us a unique perspective on the lives of the people who lived there. For example, in 2000, a submerged city called El Mirage was discovered in the Gulf of Mexico. This city was flooded in 1521 after it was captured by the Spaniards. Drying the oceans would allow us to better study El Mirage and learn more about how people lived in the 16th century. Ruins of ancient civilizations. Underwater are the ruins of many ancient civilizations, such as Atlantis. These ruins can give us valuable information about human history. For example, in 1967, the ruins of a sunken civilization called the Minoan civilization were discovered in the Mediterranean Sea. Drying the oceans would allow us to better study the Minoan civilization and learn more about how people lived in the 3000s BC. New species of animals and plants. The oceans are home to millions of species of animals and plants. If we dry the oceans, we will be able to see many new species that have been able to adapt to life on land. These new species can be a valuable source of information about the evolution of life on Earth. For example, in 2003, a new species of frog was discovered in Australia that was able to adapt to life in the desert. This frog was named the sand frog. Drying up the oceans would allow us to find many other new species of animals and plants that live in the oceans. Drying up the oceans is a hypothetical idea, but it allows us to think about how many interesting things we might find if this were to happen. The oceans are home to a huge number of mysteries, and drying the oceans would allow us to discover those mysteries. We must do everything we can to protect the oceans from pollution and climate change. If we don't protect the oceans, we could lose many of the things we see in this video. Let's all work together to protect the oceans. That's all for now. Thank you for watching. Subscribe and leave your impressions in the comments. See you in the next videos.